Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Tuesday.
Someone said, "What up, shirt heads?"
Yeah, right. The something that went by slightly without noticing is that last week completed the second full year of live streams. So this is starting the third. So I updated our thumbnail preview style
Way too far.
and everything because this will be the start of the third year for this show. Time flies.
When you're not having fun.
Right. So yeah, good stuff. Fun. It's fun to think of like when we actually started doing all of these and how that's gone. But as you probably saw by the preview image for this week, we have some new apparel to release. Hey, Jim changed his shirt.
My eyes are up here.
We did some Comp Stance apparel, and we did a Comp Stance hoodie. We are well aware of what time of year it is.
I did say we're not going to say anything for a while.
And we also went up to some larger sizes. So we went up another size on the t-shirts, and we went up 2 more sizes on the hoodies. So for some of you guys who were looking for those larger sizes, we got those added. We tried to bring in more of them as well, just because, that's people are after them. So I did not get the bear pin up yet. That we'll probably look for next week. But we did get the ram clamps up actually last Thursday, just a couple of days after. So if you're looking for the H10 ram clamps that come on the Origin, we offered those separately now. But yeah, that's some of that stuff. We'll go through and show you some of those shirts other than the one that Jim is already wearing.
Waiting for Brandon to bring some over.
Ah, excellent. So, and then we'll have those live on the site here shortly. Large bear logo. Yeah, you could probably see in the actual images there, but they are getting added to the site. They've been packaged already. They're just slowly getting put in inventory and getting put on there. So you'll see that very shortly. How do the shirts fit? I would for me, I'm an XL in most shirts, and the XL of these fits like I expect it to. I know a lot of or I've ran into plenty of XL shirts that do not fit like an XL. So I would say kind of like that true size is I feel pretty good with saying.
It's the same for me.
Yeah.
Extra large.
So anyway, yeah, there's that. We'll
Extra lovesome.
yeah, Brandon will bring us in some of those. We can show you guys that. Kind of go around. Oh, I was gonna grab I should tell Brandon to grab my buggy as well while he is at it. Or if Brian is listening, or Fam, either. I don't think Fam doesn't listen when he's in front of us. So,
but maybe he listens when we're not in the room.
Yeah, that's a possibility, but I highly doubt it.
What's the largest t-shirt size? What do we get? 4X or 5X?
4X in shirts, 5X in hoodies.
Is Brandon going to model for us? That'd be epic. Make it so.
We'll see. He'll bring in all of them. He can do the Friends style. I'm wearing all your clothes. I'm not doing lunges.
But he's going commando.
So, yes. It's been a very hot week here again. But the hoodies, I think, the Comp Stance logo, it's the same logo that Jim has got on there. The Comp Stance guy with the Vanquish script logo. All looks very good. And on the hoodie version, pretty happy with that. So, I know that last week we released the new Phoenix, which is up there. I know that a bunch of you guys have already received those. Those went out quickly, and I know I already saw people buying and running those, which was cool to see that quickly hit everything. A-Main had them in stock as well. I think A-Main's selling through fast also. So hopefully a bunch of you guys are starting to hit the rocks with it. Kind of the beginning of school season always seems like a tough time for people to get out. Let's see. Didn't you steal that logo from Matt? No. Matt. I don't know who that guy is anyway. I know he likes it most, though. I knew I left my shopping cart open for a reason. See, there you go, Daniel. Add that to your cart during your checkout. Now, I don't have these added on the rewards side yet, but down the road in the future, maybe I'll get that done. But for now, they'll just be.
Did you make it live?
They are, as they're adding the inventory, I'll make sure that those get clicked on. Let's see. So I've got most of these in, so I'll turn these live now. I'm still waiting on one of the four new options to get added. But and also some of the sizes will continue to get populated. We had these produced down in Southern California, and I think that we're still waiting on 2 boxes, at least.
I don't know. We had 13 yesterday.
Yeah, but there's 15 total.
Or maybe there was 15. There was one, we had 14, I thought, and there was one in the girls' room.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So, well, then we might have all of them, and they're just getting packaged and getting ready. Will that patch-style hats come back in stock? That's a good question. I don't know on that one. Okay, the hoodie is the last one to get added. Those were the big boxes over there. Hoodies take up a lot of space.
They're very puffy.
Yeah, they just they're a nice hoodie though. Nice thick hoodie. It'll go great for your end of August activities.
We're at Costco. We're like 2-3 months ahead.
Yeah, for the first time ever, we're
in
ahead.
October. We're gonna have none.
Normally, it's people in like December going, "You guys should do hoodies," and we're like, "Yeah, we should." Hey, Randall, thanks for popping in. Brandon's carrying an armful of things for us.
They want you to model it.
Yeah. If you could just wear a 5X, come in.
Can you walk the catwalk?
Just wear it like a Donald Duck, no shorts. Large, yeah. If there's any of the sizes that are out of stock, I promise you those will come in stock here before too long. What are you doing?
Did you check his wheels?
Yeah, he did.
Falling apart.
Took my wheel nuts. How rude!
It's this neighborhood.
Those are titanium wheel nuts too.
We left that outside for a split second.
I didn't add any weight to these wheels, I guess. What's surprising? That's very rude of Brandon. I also installed the new Furatech 2-in-1 Outrunner into this because this runs. I've got this is basically a VRD builder's kit underneath with the stubby set, and that stubby kit has been super popular for us. I know people like to be able to just do that, run an Outrunner and a BTA. So this works great with that. That little 2-in-1 fits in there. I think on the VRDs that'll be a very popular option.
I heard I have to do a lot of clicking.
I'm
down.
I'm going to take the wheel nuts off of Brandon's Ripper, I think. Thursday is we used to call it Porky Pig in it. Yeah, that works as well. I'll give you that one. Donald Duck, Porky Pig, one or the other. But
a lot of cartoons without pants.
I know, but they always wore a towel around their waist after they got out of the shower. I don't get it. What's the leak you do? I got today. No leaks today. I don't think we kind of already leaked most of it.
He does a different kind of leak.
In the last couple of weeks, I think we had your new servo mount in here. Oh, there's your. Is that your F10 rear there, or is that the F9 rear? That's the F9 rear. Never mind. What's up? Oh no, that is the F10 rear. That is. So we've last couple of weeks we've talked.
That's why I engrave them all now.
Right? Yeah. Well, I looked at the upper link mounts on it. So, but F10 straight axles, Jim's been working on getting those pushed through. Looking forward to those both being out. Did you bring my wheel nuts?
No, I haven't walked back over there yet.
He's gonna steal them from your Ripper if you don't.
Those are not open.
Okay. So, the gray, the photos on the website, of course, they're a mock-up, so they're best we can. But the gray is a nice light gray. I think it shows pretty accurately on the camera this time, so that works. The big bear logo, I think that bear logo does look really good. So I'm glad that we've kind of continued to run with that. And something that we didn't have previously was some more just traditional Vanquish Products shirt logo. Nice large center of the chest. We also added this time on the photos, it's a front and a back image. Brandon labeled it front and backs. You're not getting 2 shirts. To try and be like, need to make sure that that's, what brand shirt are they? I can tell you that in a second. These are still in inventory, so I don't want to open this bag.
You want to check mine?
That's awkward. No, I don't. American Apparel. 1301 American Apparel.
Oh, you got
So-
in there, dude.
And then
Shoulder rub at
Yeah.
the same time.
the hoodies are independent. I know that one for sure.
Yeah, because all the boxes say.
Yeah,
independent.
great, big on the side, independent.
I have fan modelish medium.
The real Winnie the Pooh. Sure.
Remind me of that one movie. Big man's
Yeah.
little jacket.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Gonna grab a hoodie. Yeah, the hoodies will get in stock and added very shortly. Great, I'm looking for a good brand of shirt. There you go, Randall. I'm glad to hear it. Snagged hoodies stoked for. Maybe they got them already added. I
Yeah,
hope so.
Better access than I do.
I do. I have less desk space. It's kind of like at my actual desk. No.
Nick's,
The previous one, those.
There were some kilos. Yeah, Mike's been really pounding them out, going through all the designs. He's
Yep.
been working on 1.9s and slowly to 2.2s also.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's your leak.
Well, he always put it at 2.2. Nothing new.
No, we don't. We have lots of 1.9s that we only have a 1.9 version of.
Well, we've been working on the BBW ones. There you go.
There's your leak. 2 kilos.
At what speed they come out? We have
Yeah.
less equipment doing 2.2, so it's slower because
That
they're,
is-
they're not as much of a seller as 1.9s.
Yep. So that is definitely the thing as far as that go. There you go. One of those other things that we do hope to get to. One of the things that I'd like to do on this show is do some video of like one machine at a time or a week, and be able to show you guys some of that equipment, because some of that stuff is we see it all the time.
You've been talking about that for 3 years.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're still in this room.
Well, I'm happy to still be in this room at least, because when we started, we were against that wall. No.
No, you did make the room. You did make the room look better
Yeah, exactly.
and less echoey.
Yeah, I have a lot of soundproofing up around the walls. I have blankets screwed to the wall and sound deadening boards everywhere. Works quite well. Quite well.
There you go.
Titan. Brandon, bring me my wheel nuts. PCA kilos should be a good addition this year. October is coming quickly. Not 100% sure
I don't know if we have time.
it's always a struggle on some of that stuff. There's a chance. It is always one of those months I do like to try and push for. I'll see
He says what
that
else? I don't consider that a leak. We already make those things. Just do styles. Or say it's still rim. We're always got more rims than works.
That is the case, especially now with some of that equipment that
I
helps
haven't really
automate
leaked
it.
what the real stuff is, though. Or should I?
I can mute you from here.
He said he'd be my friend.
Yeah. But thanks for restocking the fat guy size t-shirt. We watched what sizes sold the most and heard, people who asked for some of those additional sizes. So we did try and increase the stock of those.
You want to see a raw chunk aluminum before machining? There's a
Yeah.
raw chunk before machining.
Yeah. There's your
That's 1 cage piece.
oh yeah. That is a side, isn't it?
These are 35 pounds each.
Dovetailed and already.
That was
That's-
for the original prototype.
Oh, because you don't dovetail now. You have the new
No.
vices.
I did this for the original prototype to have proof of concept.
Yep.
Like that's a block before machining.
Yeah. Why do we still have it in here?
It's why do I have everything in here?
I know.
Everything comes here and like it dies here.
That's what happens in YouTube studios. I'm telling you. It just does.
There's a Phoenix portal down there.
Brandon brought that in last week. I will say. He brought that gray Phoenix. I don't know what that is.
I mean, we have your 3-wheeler thing.
That's my drift trike up
We
there.
have a stapler.
There's another stapler. There's so many green staplers around here, Bart. Let's see. Time for a new studio spot. I have no room for a new studio spot. You know damn well, Daniel. It's
Can you mute Daniel?
yeah, exactly. I'll ban Daniel after banning Bart. 2.2 aluminum clamp rings coming back in stock soon. They've been sold out for a while. Those likely won't be coming back. We have added the brass options. So the molded clamp rings work really well as far as most things go. So rather than having the aluminum, which doesn't really give us a benefit, we decided to go with the brass option instead for guys who want a change to add the weight. The aluminum versus the plastic is so small that that's not something that we're going to do as far as the production side goes. Just the brass versions. So you can see, and I believe that those both sizes are in stock, 0.8 and 1.2. So too many Daniels in the speed to ban.
Pretty sure he can speed ban.
Yeah.
Dink, dink, dink.
Brass narrows. Yep, brass narrows are up there for, the BBWs are all the narrow as well. You can find those on the site if you didn't see that. We are going to try and, I know sometimes it can be hard to catch up on some of those things if you join a live stream late or something like that. Sometimes we just post those things up as like a story on social media. So we are going to try and do some more recap posts on social media to be like, here's what came out in the last week or 2 weeks, whatever period of time it's been since we've made one of those, just so that it shows up as a carousel image you guys can go through and catch up more easily on there as an easy way to get through some of that stuff. October is nice, but BCA in November would be awesome. We try and do BCA during the month that BCA month is. So that's why we do that. How about BCA drift wheels? No. How much testing went into the white compound? I think we had, Brandon would be a better one to ask on that, how many samples we had before he decided on which one to use for that. It was one of those things like trying to maintain a sticky compound, something that still grabs, but gave a more rigid sidewall so you didn't get as much tire wrinkle. It's just one of those things that some people don't like as much. So that's why that slightly more firm compound was determined. Brandon, how many samples of tire did you have before you decided on the white compound?
Like different compounds?
Yeah.
5 or 6.
5 or 6 is what he tested. I'm not putting this on. Just holding it, I'm already...
I was gonna wear it across the parking lot, but no.
No, that's... What size did you grab? A large. Of course you did.
Mine.
Brandon's size. Brandon's the only one in our office that can wear a large.
Those won't be checked in until tomorrow.
Okay, the hoodies will be up tomorrow, so...
And the other shirt sizes. We only got through the 4 boxes.
Yeah, so no problem. But as you can see, it's same one Jim has on, navy and black. That it's the navy is dark.
I think some of the shirts have Vanquish on the neck.
Yeah.
I think the one
Some on the neck too.
Vanquish products right there, so people will know the hoodie is blank on the back.
You-
But the preview images that show front and back, you'll be able to tell.
Need to update the banner at the bottom of the main page.
Need to update the banner at the bottom of the main Vanquish
What was
page.
down there?
Let me go check.
Do we scroll down?
Yeah, I'm on the website a lot, but let me. Because I guess, are you talking about the Ford Ice running video? Probably.
Not too. You're probably right.
It just takes you to the vehicle kits page, but yeah, still definitely could use an update. So.
Tall option for hoodies. I think we just did tall sideways.
Yeah,
And not lengthwise.
we didn't. Yeah, I was actually ordering a shirt last night off of 1320's site or something like that, and they had large, XL, XL tall, 2XL, 2XL tall. I was like, whoa, that is a lot of size. We do not have all of that, but
Shock question.
on the shock rebuild kits, do we need both the molded components and the rebuild kit to update a truck? If I am, let me look at that real quick. I've done, I have installed a couple of I did these here. Careful.
Give them some room.
I'm just saying all the wheels are just going to quit this. So, SAD rebuild. I don't, again, that's a good question for Brandon. I don't believe that you do though, because the white spacers that are in there, those are the new, did he bring me? He did bring my wheel nuts. I can put those back on. The white spacer that is included is the molded spacer that was previously on there. It's a slightly different dimension, and that is the one that you're going to use. So rather than doing a new molded spacer, because that was like a mold modification, we decided to do a machined one, and that's what will give the proper compression to those new O-ring sizes that are in there. So that is what you'll have. You do not need the molded components specifically. The molded components, that is the cap side where we also made some changes, which was mainly to the length of the threaded portion that goes along with the bleeder screw on top. So if you want that cap that has more engagement on the threads on the top, then you can get the molded components. But again, that's up to you.
Probably should take some notes on our website.
Forest clear body is not the current place at the site. It is not found in. Oh, I'll have to take a look. I'm not sure what the current status of Ford Ice replacement bodies is either. Will the white compound tires be available separately or RTR only? The white compound will be RTR only. That is not a compound that we're going to stock in the, like aftermarket or option part category. We're going to stick with just the red compound on that side. Are the new molded shock parts the hard plastic? No, they are basically the same compound. I believe that they're just done in gray. That was kind of something for us as a visual, just to be able to tell what shocks were the new revision version versus the previous. It just kind of helps as a visual thing. Customer service can ask for a photo and they'll know what was previously used. So that was part of the reason for that process. Will shocks be a running change? Yes, shocks will be a running change on all products, basically. Those will, as things cycle in and out, shocks will just get built that way as things go. So, granted, we have shipments come in at different times, so we may have inventory of some things for a while, and so when that will happen, things like that, it's not something I can necessarily tell or identify to you right away. But yeah, so if you do have an issue with anything, of course you can shoot customer service an email, and they can help you out with that thing. Is there a production slot available on a fancy machine for a rerun of Roos? I mean, it would be a hard sell at this point still.
At one point I thought I still had a program, but I didn't, so I said no.
And some of the new machines, I believe all of the new machines are built for a different size material than the Roost
We
used.
still have one.
The S2DN?
The 32BN.
Oh, the 32BN, yeah. So it can. What ones are running that size material? That all those fixtures are that size?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So because since the Roost had the beadlock machined in, it uses a larger size material than the other wheels, which are don't have that extra diameter.
Got a question like that, you probably should just email VP support. Vanquish Products. Mike can help you better with.
Yeah, I mean, some of that stuff. Also, one thing to consider is that, especially like on a VRD, when you have a super high overdrive type car, when you're in reverse, you're binding the car up. So, you're slow. If you're in a high traction area as well, when you go in reverse, a VRD is going to be different than a VS410. VS410 is going to have 6%. The VRD is going to have 24 to 37%, depending on which one it is, unless it's a builder's kit. But so in reverse, you're going to get a lot of different noises. But comp type trucks, you're not supposed to go in reverse. Not necessarily the reason, but that's a side effect of a lot of overdrive. Let's see. Is the B and C pillar triangle the same on the optic and origin? There's some Night Customs parts I want to print for my origin. B and C pillar. Yes, they are the same. I believe that they are the same.
I mean, the only thing I can say is there's going to be fillets involved from the tooling.
Yeah, just because of the difference between a molded part and a machined part, how a tool has to go in there, it is going to leave a natural fillet based on the shape of the tool. But you're going to have very similar results as far as sizing and dimensions, things like that go.
Not in the news section.
The Phoenix isn't in the new release section either. Let me double check that one. Just because sometimes with the new kit stuff, that can be a little bit different just because of how like some of our catalog stuff works. But I believe that is fine to add as far as that goes. Yeah. So there you go. That now the new Phoenix is in new releases. Let's see. KMC Trek wheel would be off. I would have to look at the Trek. I don't know that one immediately offhand. Yeah, you can look at that. You know, some of those brands that we work with like that, if there is a new wheel that is a cool or popular design that isn't too similar to one that maybe we already make.
Actually, I think I have the model for this, but that's the old wheel.
Yeah, that is a pretty old wheel design. I do remember. I think we did look at that at one point.
I drew this up, but
Yeah.
it's also gonna be a lot of small tooling work, and usually the price goes up a little too much. That makes it kind of not sustainable properly to sell.
Right. Any new releases planned for October PLBTF?
Can I say something?
No.
But again, he said he'd be my friend.
Yeah. We are always working on new things. I'm sure that some type of product or another will be released by then. I can't tell you how big or small or when or what.
Leaking something?
Nope. I'm just saying that we are always working on things. But yeah, I'm sure there will be new things by that time. Who knows what it will be. You'll definitely see the, production release of the new axles we've been showing you over the last few weeks. So something like that. Yeah, good enough. See, good enough.
We're always working on stuff. We have
Yeah.
so many projects in play all the time.
It's always a ton of projects.
And again, like you said, it could be big, it could be small.
Not VS424, not like that by meaning small, meaning it could be could be ram clamps, it could be
Don't do this.
yeah, the ram clamps are very tiny, or it could be our new 12x12. You never know. Working on, it's an 8 steering axle, 12x12.
Wait, technically I am.
yeah, technically, president. Does the stance come with a slipper eliminator? Yes, the stance. The only vehicles that came with a slipper are the VS410 Portal kit, and the VS410, the Falcon, and the Phoenix straight axle RTR. Those all came with the slipper setups. The Portal VS410 Portal Builders Kit with the VFD Twin, that has all machined gears, so it has the lockout, and everything else also has the lockout. Yeah, 12x12. Jim is not phased. Not happening.
If I can make all my crazy ideas happen.
That's all. Yeah,
Every time I say something in the office, they'll look at me, shake their heads.
So you're saying all are the pin through shaft nowadays? I mean, the VS410 the Phoenix Portal kit is still in production, and that's still a slipper. The other two, the Phoenix RTR and the Portal, the Phoenix straight axle.
See, they want B-Lock
RTR.
roosts.
Yeah, but that takes so away from the whole look of the roost, right?
Still more feasible.
It is more feasible. I absolutely agree. But yeah, it takes away so much from the look of that wheel. So yeah, not all of them are a pin through. Some of them are still a slipper.
I'm always giggling and always telling jokes. So.
Yeah.
I'm always
3:30 already. Okay, if you are on the Facebook live feed, you can jump over to the YouTube side.
you want me
We
to
do the last
end stream.
30 minutes on YouTube only. And if you're over on Facebook, go subscribe on YouTube and then just watch over there so you don't have to do this whole back and forth. Otherwise, thank you for joining. We'll see you next week.
Is this the right one?
That is the correct one.
Just making sure.
Yep.
I've done bad things before.
Yeah, somehow. I don't even remember exactly how. I think it was a fluke.
I haven't sat here for a while. So.
Yeah.
But I'm not clicking a lot. I use the scroll.
When was Vanquish founded? 2007?
God, it was around 6 or 7. It was kind of like an idea, and I was kind of just drawing and making some basic prototypes. I mean, technically, that's kind of like the start of it.
Right. I don't think that it
So functional product still a while past that. But
yeah, it was like 7 or 8 was first, like when the revolvers were actually available, right?
What was the one before that? I even forget the name of it right now off the top of my head.
I thought the revolver was the first one.
No.
No?
The revolver came because the first one took so long to machine.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't really price
Right.
comparison.
So yeah, that was
Somewhere we have that wheel.
Yeah, the anodized. I think it was in here somewhere.
It was in this room.
It's probably in one of the drawers that are very hard to open without drawer pulls. In here, to like get a drawer open, you have to open a door from the bottom and then like get your way around it.
I'm kind of curious if there's anything here.
I would have checked that drawer down there, above the door. Let's see.
You bought these things.
Yes, I did. They're more for looks than actual storage. Not in there? It's around somewhere for sure.
I have one left.
Fusion Pro 2300 or Crawlmaster 2300 not going to start. The Crawlmaster, I do like the Fusion Pro. It is very nice. It works really well for me. It's low on punch compared to the Crawlmaster stuff. The Crawlmaster. Are you talking Outrunner, or are you talking the Holmes 2-in-1? If you're talking 2-in-1 to 2-in-1, the Holmes has a lot more punch, which I do like. I have fusions in a ton of things for convenience, but if you're looking for more like that bottom end grunt, then the Holmes seems to be a little bit better off on that side of things. Let's see.
Man, if I had a 5-axis back then, all the crazy ideas and the energy to do new things, we would come up with some cooler stuff. I just have a prototype in my closet that was hitting 35 balls a second. Never made it to production. It actually turned into what they called the Vanquish today. I actually named the company before they named it.
Handles on the drawers looks like a good. I don't want the handles on there because then I like the smooth look. We're not in those drawers or doors very often, so it's not.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's only for storage anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
What was it, 105 here Sunday? Something like that?
I did not leave the house Sunday because
Yeah, it was like 105 on Sunday.
It was just a little bit too spicy.
Actually, when we started making that gun and doing like 35 balls a second, is when they started putting those rules in for the 15 balls per second stuff.
I put the Fusion Pro in my optic yesterday, and it's crazy fast. That's from a 1800 SE. The 2300, I'm pretty happy with that speed overall, but it's that 0 RPM jump punch that the Fusions are a little low on. Clear Kilo restock. The BBW wheels in general, the Sierras and the Kilos both. We are in production of the beadlock ring right now, which is the last thing that we're needing. And as soon as we get those back from anodizing, you'll see a restock on the Clear Kilos and the Sierras, all that is all over.
Someone wants some Method 308s.
What is it? Yeah. It's like those friends that we have that ask the same question like 5 different ways to try and get the answer they want.
I'll still give him credit for that one though. I had to look it up. Which one's 308? Schultz is like, we should make
RC10 parts.
No, we're just going to re-release a bunch of AX10 parts.
Yeah, original AX10 parts.
We're going to go backwards in performance.
What about the rest of the 2.2 wheels? For now, we're not necessarily rebooting older designs. At this point, we're just kind of, going with new styles, things like that. And that at this point, at least, that's the mindset. I don't think that we're immediately planning on jumping on any of the older stuff.
I mean, we always love to. It's just time.
Yeah.
I finally do have 2 machinists. We have Mike has been here for like 2 years, and I have a new guy, which he's really jumping in, which is going to make it good that we could actually maybe eventually start doing some stuff, but we still have a long ways to go.
It's one of those things too. If it's an older style, while a lot of people will like them, new style, just doing a new one might be most of the same amount of work, and people always love a new style more than just an older version. So for those reasons, it's oftentimes a new style gets the nod before going back to something older. So aluminum VFD trans, I know what you mean. It would be fun just for the bling factor.
He meant 307s, not 308s. Gosh, what's 307s?
I wish that they had a better naming. Well, actually, KMC's is super weird too. It's Do the VRD carbon kits have the new shocks? Scroll too
Which
fast.
one? What?
Do the new VRD have the new shocks included in the kit? All of the kits will eventually have the new parts. As far as exactly what is in stock, having which version yet, not something I'll be able to tell you. It's one of those things like it will just be something that's in each of them, and without us going through and opening, there isn't a lot of us that would have exactly the knowledge of what's in stock that would have that. Brandon might know, but it would be hard to be able to answer that question for everyone who's going to be able to ask. So, VS410 Pro V2 Team Kit. That is too long of a name. I hate long product names. It's
Just don't say Team Kit. Say Pro V2.
Yeah, Pro V2. I did love the Pro. The aluminum axle option, things like that. Of course, now we do have a lot more kit versions. We're able to kind of offer those aftermarkets.
An
but
axle specific to that one.
Axle specific. That would be the way to do it.
I don't want to do more of that.
I know. I was like, yeah, that's a great suggestion on your side. You go ahead and knock that out.
I do.
I know, but it's just like, but we always say do that, and you're like, okay, do you want me to do that? Or do you want me to do these other things you asked me to do already?
Now I have another machine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a bunch, and he can tell me that.
Yeah.
Do you want the other thing you requested, or this one?
Are all the parts for F9s being discontinued running in Ultra and Pro? I'm worried. So the Pro and the Ultra, those both run the same gear sets, the same spools that we're all running. The Ultra also runs the same gears and the portals that we run on the F10s, so you always have that. The Ultras will continue to support the shafts for those for the foreseeable future, so that's not much of a concern. And the VS410 Pro also shares the same shafts as the F10s. So the VS410 Pro, you're perfectly supported with, and the Ultra, the one part that is unique to that, we will continue to support as well.
If there's something happy, you can also switch axles. We heard a lot of that's backwards configured. So
yeah, but as far as all the internal parts or things like wear items, you're pretty much set. So no real concerns with that side of things.
Petition for VP RC10. We should just re-release the original Origin again.
Yeah.
And then we'll do it again later on.
Make it a different. Can we do one in clear? That would be fun. So 2.2 spinner. I do love spinners. Can we do spinners? All right.
I think I got called stupid for suggesting that once.
By me?
No.
I've always loved. I've
another person.
always loved spinners. Ever since they originally came out.
Actually, I wouldn't want to do like the spinners. I'd want to do the solid face
The
ones.
floaters.
They never move.
Yeah. Oh, those were the better ones. Yeah. All plastic ripper. That is what the optic is,
Yeah,
and it's a much better version
or
of
plastic
it.
dip it.
Yeah, like the suggestions for the plastic ripper, like the optic that's what it is, and better, significantly. So,
New Origin edition releases of different styles. That sounds a little aggressive. Weekly?
does it say weekly?
Yeah.
That's crazy talk.
That was a lot of work.
Yeah, it's like a multi-year process.
I still have carpal tunnel on that. I mean, I had my headphones at my computer programming those parts for about 9 months straight.
Yeah.
I wouldn't talk to anyone. I was getting a little flustered because it was taking more work than I thought.
Yeah. What do you think of the Furitech Komodo Unity 10 2-in-1 ESC? That is what I just installed in there. I was super interested to see if it would fit in the VFD with the stubby kit, and it's a perfect fit. About a 1 millimeter gap to the back side. It fit in there nice and tight. I do have a 1 mil spacer on between the tongue on the extension of the skid plate and the bottom of the motor plate. But I had that in there previously. I don't know that it is needed with this motor. I think that it would probably be fine without, but it's an easy thing in case that it was needed. And I think it's going to be a great fit. It does come with XT30s on it rather than XT60s, but I know a lot of the comp guys like that XT30 size.
Did you run it yet?
I only ran it on my bench, like bench testing.
Someone was asking if it was loud or quiet running.
I mean, it was at low RPM. It was nearly silent, so no squeal. I think it's a 32-bit ESC, so it's that silent running that you're pretty used to, and it is FOC. But like I said, I haven't actually tested it under load to see how that goes, so I'll find that out here before too long. I need to get it all wired in and properly done still.
I do, but it's just we were overloaded on things like people are still asking for rims and trying to get that backlog done.
Yep.
Until I get some of the main stuff that has to be done, then I can't.
Yeah. Could you do a quick guide for us noobs on overdrive options? Different over/under axle gears, different gear sets are needed, specifically for an optic, please. Totally a super reasonable request. It is something that is absolutely needed. We need like some stuff about that, some compatibility charts for axle things and all that type of stuff. And we're working towards that. We're working towards another marketing position that hopefully is going to help that. And because we know people need that stuff. It can be confusing. You have to rely on just either a comment from us or community forums. The Vanquish Products fan page is a good resource with a lot of knowledgeable fans. It is the internet, so sometimes you can get bad suggestions or rude responses, but there can be some really good information in there. So if you are on Facebook, check out that fan page. There's an optic specific page as well, which has, again, even more dedicated people to that specific platform with some great info. So I think that if you don't, if we can't answer immediately or find you an easy answer, those are great people, and we will try and get some resources up for you guys on things like that here. But we're all just kind of trying to get as much done as we can as we go.
Should we answer this
one? What would you say you do today? Let's see, what did I do today? Today was Origin Day. We
give Josh a lot of crap, but he does a lot of paperwork too, and just gets inundated with this stuff.
It's
website.
It's one of those things you just don't know what it's going to be in a day. But going up a little bit, there was one right there with the partnership Baja Designs on the new Phoenix. Are you guys going to release some new light kits? It is something that we do hope to kind of move toward. It's not something that I can tell you that we're going to release tomorrow or in a week or a month, but we have established a good relationship with the guys over there at Baja Designs. We do hope to do more and continue to just expand into those things. We've had great relationships with a lot of our brand partners, and it is nice also that we can have partners that maybe we have two partners that are in the same space, KMC and Method, for example, and neither of them require us to only do one or the other. So while we also have worked with Rigid in the past, working with Baja Designs now, not a problem, and we'll just continue to try and make everybody as happy as we can with trying to make that stuff as best we can. But that doesn't, we don't have to have just one or the other. We're allowed to have both, and we try and have those conversations with vendors beforehand, so that because you're not you can't expect them to know everything about your brand, and you don't want them to sign something, agree to something, and then go, what's this? So it's a fun world, but something that you want to make sure that you're not making you don't want to make enemies, because like RC, the full size world it's also a pretty small community of people. They go from one company to another to over here. If you create a bad relationship or a bad word with one, it can spread through. So you always have to just do your best. So when does the picture game return? Things have calmed down slightly now after our couple of months of crazy events and releases and all that type of stuff. So that is something we can probably get back to here before too long. It's a good idea. Sometimes that stuff escapes thinking about before.
We've been really busy though. We had to go to Omaha for a couple days. Stuff like that. Just it destroys your week.
Yeah, because you leave on a Monday, you come back on the event's a Tuesday, Wednesday, and then
Get back Thursday.
Thursday's a travel day.
You're wiped. Friday, you just still don't have energy yet.
Yeah.
You need the weekend to recover. You got to change your hours.
You got to catch up on all the things that you didn't get done the week before on Monday, and then it's the live stream again. It's like, Josh, Jim, have you worked any more on the FPV crawling, driving? Is it a thing? Will it take off, or is it too much fussing around? Brandon and I have both ran the Iron Quad FPV system with the head tracking. There's a drop-in bracket specifically for the H10 optic. It makes it super easy, but it is different than like the flying world. It doesn't act exact. It is fun to do here and there, but to say that it will be a dedicated area that will make a big splash like the FPV drone side, I don't think that it will, because it seems weird to say that when you're ground based, it almost adds a different level of dimension as far as like what everything is doing. Where in the air you have that freedom, and you kind of know like, hey, I'm not hitting the ground. I have freedom to go up, down, left, right.
The camera still doesn't have your movement though. It's getting better, but you still need.
And while there is those lean systems, the reality and the ability, they're just not something that I think is going to. Didn't SBG do that too? Yes. We worked with Iron Quad here. We got them some H10s, kind of helped partner up as far as that stuff went, and they did supply some of those systems. So they are super fun, and it's definitely if you want to kind of.
Still would be a fun event to like have a spotter driver kind of thing, like the real things.
Yes, absolutely. It's just it's a pretty like niche. It takes a lot to it.
I said that would be fun though.
It absolutely would. There's
Mickey Leo do that next Speed Rock stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, the head tracking with the leaning and stuff like that, it kind of works, but it still leaves a little bit from what you end up or need in a full size.
There's still a micro delay too. Does it feel kind of weird?
No, the delay feels almost non-existent now. The response is so good. It's just the fact that like, if you've ever off-roaded in a full size, how your real perception of the world and how things are interacting with your vehicle, it still does not transmit well over FPV. Be better for racing. I think that's actually the crawling side is probably the best, because the vibration side and how over exaggerated it is when you get to that racing side, unless you had just the smoothest track with the best vibration cancellation in the camera side, it just does not work as well as you would expect. So there's a slight detach from reality. Yeah, absolutely. You can't feel. Yeah, that's the stuff that you don't feel that the climb or the descent. You can't feel as the vehicles want. As you can kind of, if you're driving your RC normally, you probably have got to that point where you can feel, oddly enough, when it's about to tip. Like you can sense when it's light. It's fun for drifting. See, that's something I'll never know. No, Vittorio.
I actually want to be the passenger in his car.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I just want the head tracking. I'll just ride in Vittorio's car while he drifts.
That would actually be kind of fun.
I need some controls too, just to like poke at people or something. Why are the slotted rings not IFR? My Wheel of Fortune came with 2 sets of slotted rings and slim IFR. So yeah, that is something that we were aware of. But the reason that the slotted is not is because how the notched areas interfered with the slots on those. It was something that it wasn't clean. So
it was like a bird nightmare.
Yeah, with being able to clean those things up, it just wasn't going to be a thing to do in a way that we were happy with. We are aware that some of the Wheels of Fortune went out that way, and that was just kind of a matter of, these wheels end up with these rings, and so yeah. It was something that we kind of talked about during it. Let's see. Underdrive is better than over. That must have been a response to something previously, I'm guessing. Hey, do you know why after I installed lights, car did not work the next day? Did you leave your battery in the vehicle and plugged in? That's a I've seen like a light controller can have a slow drain even though the lights are off, and it can absolutely wipe your battery out. I've seen that a number of times. The other time I've seen is a light controller plugged in backwards, and it will make I've seen an ESC not work, or a receiver not work. But beyond that, no, that's something that I would have to.
Where did all those heads go?
Where did all the? That's a fantastic question.
Did you?
I don't actually want to know what happened to him if I don't.
Something with him?
I did not.
I think he stole my artwork.
Yeah. I think we donated him to a local museum to put in.
Do any of us have full size experience? Like,
do any of you have full size experience? That side actually confirmed my trip full. So yeah, Brandon has a '80s Toyota on full width, or I think it's full width axles. It's got an XO cage on it. Michael has got a JK on Dynatrac 60s and 40s or 42s. Brian built a beautiful Tacoma with
featured in a magazine.
Yeah, magazine truck, full size or full width axles as well. I don't know if he had 37s or 40s on it.
Other Michael has a 4Runner.
Yep, our other Michael's another Toyota guy. He's got a 4Runner.
I don't know what class you won, but you won We Rock.
I did full size We Rock competition for 3 or 4 years. But yeah, so a lot of us come from that world of that off-road, side of things. So something we definitely enjoy. It's where we try and look for real life inspiration of fabrication styles and design styles to try and mimic in our stuff, just because, that sometimes bringing in those details, those realistic styles, seeing like Brian in his CAD work doing things in a way that is like you would actually fabricate it, even though he's working on something that's going to be molded in plastic. But adding that tube detail is very cool. So and in like a true way that could be fabricated. So I always like seeing that.
Remember, I was like coming up the axle, and I'm like, it looks too clean.
Yeah.
And I actually invented welded axles. Like,
yeah.
It had to look more rough.
Yeah, just because like oftentimes just a metal RC axle, it's like, well, okay, but looking at a metal RC axle doesn't look like a full size actually would.
But remember, I even said the welds look too good, and I had to
got to make it look less perfectly symmetrical as it goes along.
I have an idea on that too. I might actually have to talk to a new guy about that.
Yeah. IFS U4 conversion for the optic would be rad. Absolutely would be rad. IFS systems are cool. Brandon and I, all of us, we've all talked about that stuff in the past. The VFD does add a specific level of difficulty to things like that, because typically an IFS system, you want that bulkhead right in the center, and there's a transmission or motor directly in the way of where a shaft would need to go. So
you could offset a little bit, because your shaft doesn't go up and down.
And there are there has been some race kits that had like an offset input. I think Losi had one maybe back in the day. So
we should tell Knights Custom to make one.
Yeah, I mean there are some that are available. So with using like some of the IFS2 kit and some things like that, but there isn't one that's like a real great, uses a good gear set or anything like that.
A lot of those are waiting for the beadlocks right now, and they're on the machines getting second op. A lot of second ops.
There's a ton of wheels being worked on. Depending on which ones you're looking at, I don't know that all of them are out of stock, but depending on which ones you're looking at, they could be. Constantly.
We've been fighting that one for a while.
Constantly in production, though.
TOF doesn't help that situation.
It does not. It does not. So
someone takes stuff but doesn't tell us the quantity they're taking.
We all know how many I'm taking.
No, they know. The machine side.
I did see a 3D printed kit, but I don't like 3D printed stress parts. Totally agree with you on some of that stuff. I've got a Twin Hammers front end on my optic. It's matte. Yeah, the Twin Hammers was pretty good. Still a lot of like issues with that kit from back in the day, but yeah, it is one of the better IFS kits that was still around. That's awesome to hear. Machined axles that are actually scaled to mimic a D60 14 bolt with a hydro steer would be a big win. That's the hydro steer type stuff. That's where the H10 hydro steering setup came into thought. The fabricated style housing is obviously something that right now we've focused on the most. But even like the dropout third in that's modeled after a Strange dropout third, like a 9 or a 10 inch dropout. So The 14 bolt I would probably always argue against. I never liked the big 14 bolt axles as much, but a D60, totally agree. We have the D44 axle, which is mimicked after that same style. The 60 was something that was always more in the RC world, kind of aimed towards like the AR60 style, the axial's larger Wraith type width back in the day. So the 44 was always like the 1/9 size, but very similar sizes or styles, just different proportions. Notice the Origin half cam bodies back in stock. Yeah, those were in stock last week. So we got or even the week before that Friday before when those got added. But yeah, we have 5 minutes left. So you guys have any questions, get them in now. Try and get as many answered as you can. New licensed lights, Baja Designs. We did touch on that a little bit earlier. Right now, we don't have any that coming out soon or anything like that. We just a new partnership and hope to continue to go from there. 14 bolt has a double shear pinion gear and is massively huge. It's like we'd have to make it a huge pumpkin just so it would plow like a real 14 bolt.
Everything scales down well.
Yeah. 14 bolts are hideous.
I've always
stand by that.
I've always looked at that design and I always loved it, but man, it's hard to compact it into these things.
Yeah, I never liked
just the
14
bearing
bolt.
size you have to do for it.
Are the X-Ray based on off a rear wheel? Yeah, they're based off of the X-Ray wheel by Battleborn Wheels.
CBW.
Yeah. So Battleborn, as the name kind of suggests, is like comes from like a veteran type thing, and the name of their wheels are all just based on, I don't remember the actual name of it, but like the military alphabet. I know there's an actual correct name for it, but Charlie, Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot, Sierra, X-Ray, Hotel. The hotel wheel would be weird.
He doesn't like you anymore.
I don't like that. Do fine, thank you very much. They probably do fine. They probably leave a nice 3-row plow mark as you drive through every now and again. If you have like 44s on a Jeep, probably has plenty of clearance. Phonetic alphabet is what it's called? Oh, I should probably be able to remember that. What's the difference between the yellow stance I bought off the shelf and the new ones like the gray stance? So, small differences. The HD rear lower links are standard. Depending on when you bought the yellow one, those could have already been changed. And the gears that came in the axles are all machined front and back. So ring and pinion rather than just pinion, and the portal gears have always been machined in all of those axles. So small differences as far as that goes. Not a huge difference. That's it. The doing BCA pink parts this year, not sure. Possibly. Time flies. That's coming up really quickly.
I was watching.
Yeah. Missed the last few episodes, but did catch up. Just wanted to tee off was great this year. Thank you very much. It was a hot year to package, so thank you all for your support on that stuff. It's always better to try. That was a.
Do you recommend the plastic or?
Do you molded caps or the aluminum? Ooh, I like the. I've got the machined caps on the SADs on this one. I think that they're a great style ladder. Depends on kind of what you're after, but if you like that difference in style, I have never broken one of the stock plastic ones, so they've been great. The updated plastic parts for the SADs do have more thread engagement on the bleeder screw, so that's a nice change. I like that upgrade. But the machine parts they look cool. Function-wise, you're not going to notice a huge difference, though.
They're always going to be stronger, too.
Yeah, a little bit stronger if something really goes wild. But, like I said, I've never had a problem. What parts do you wish you never released? You have anything that you can imagine?
I mean, the old
anything that you had that you put a ton of effort into, and you didn't feel like it actually paid off for the amount of work?
I'm sure there's something, but the old parts seem to have done pretty well.
Viterra axle shafts.
Anything Viterra, basically.
Yeah, Viterra parts.
They talked up that truck really well. Like, we really need to get on board. And it's like, actually, probably the worst one for us is Rift.
The Rift was not good either. I agree.
They didn't sell well because they did so many trucks. It seemed like I put a lot of effort to make those axles nice. And
Yeti XL, that was another one that.
Yeah.
That
I
one.
guess there was. Start making my old mind.
The flashbacks. The flashbacks are coming
Now
now.
it's coming. Yeah.
It is 4:00 though. I'm glad we got to end on that one. Thank you everybody for joining another Tuesday. And
Yeti XL, and they had changes. They didn't know what they were. Couldn't tell us what they were.
And
Or
they
what they're going to keep.
they didn't fit their own parts. Madness.
So yeah, Yeti XL
Thank you everybody. See you next week.
and Stream, right?
Yep.